Hi, friends. Welcome to the Hey Fundraiser podcast. I'm your host, Mary Petersen, and whether you're a frontline fundraiser, an executive director, a board member, or someone just wanting to make an impact in your community, this podcast is for you. We cover all facets of fundraising, and our main objective is to give you ideas and inspiration to help you raise more money. Join us as we grow, learn, and make an impact together. Hey Fundraiser, come on in. You have found yourself at Hey Fundraiser. This is where we normalize the weirdest, hardest, and most amazing parts of major gift work. I'm Mary, and today we're diving into a surprisingly common dilemma. A donor you've been cultivating sends in a gift. The gift is unsolicited. It's technically a major gift, but it's way lower than what you were working toward asking. So now what? Do you thank and move on? Do you keep cultivating? Do you plan a larger ask? Or did you blow it? I've got answers and a strategy that is going to help you respond with confidence. So first and foremost, I need to tell you that this happens a lot. You are not alone in this situation. Many fundraisers feel disappointed or confused or even panicked when this happens. It feels like a donor made the move before you were ready. And so naturally, you start second guessing yourself. Like, did I take too long to ask? Did they think this was the big gift? Should I treat this as their final answer to a potential solicitation? Let's clear something up right off the bat. This does not mean your cultivation failed. In many cases, the unsolicited gift is the donor's way of signaling interest. They're leaning in. They're just not fully sold yet. So the reason that I am filming this today is because one of my private coaching clients, it's a team of people, major gift officers in Philadelphia, and they are really working on closing more 6- and 7-figure gifts for the organization. And my work with them is to help train them and, role play and make sure their materials are good, all the things that you need to be successful in major gifts. So one of the major gift officers, we had been working on a cultivation strategy for a prospect. This prospect was going to be asked for a $500,000 gift. Well, this prospect, out of the clear blue sky, sent in a $10,000 gift. And so naturally the gift officer was like, whoa, like now what do I do? And so that is kind of the story behind what spurred this content today. So let's talk about what this gift could actually mean. Donors give early or unexpectedly for many reasons. One is they're testing the waters. They want to see how you respond. If the thank you is generic or the follow-up is weak, they won't go deeper. So with this particular gift officer, I had said to her, we need to respond in a very thoughtful way, and we need to do it today. So they're testing the waters. Let's pass the test. So the other thing that they could be doing is expressing interest, but not readiness. So clearly they like the mission. They're giving a major gift unsolicited. They're just not ready for a long-term or high commitment investment. Now, I'm going to give you lots of tips and tricks on how to understand that more and dig into it with your donor the next time you're face-to-face with them. The third reason that donors do this is they're just genuinely generous, but not yet informed. So you haven't made the bigger opportunity visible yet. They gave what made sense based on what they know today. So when donors send in $10,000, $25,000 unsolicited gifts, when you're going for $100 or $250K, they're just generous. They don't know maybe that you're soliciting for a larger gift. So we're going to come back to that as well. The fourth reason is that they could be avoiding a pitch. Like some donors send in a gift to avoid being asked, especially if they have this fear of feeling pressure. And we'll talk more about that as well. But bottom line, when you get an unsolicited gift from someone you're actively cultivating, and it's a major gift and it's a lot lower than you were going to ask for, that gift is a conversation opener, not a conversation closer. So let's talk about a 4-step framework for responding in a really strategic way. Like, I want to set you up for success on how to navigate this moment without losing any of the momentum that you've created through your cultivation efforts. So, one, the very first thing you need to do is to celebrate and thank very thoughtfully. Don't treat this gift as a consolation prize. You would want to say something like, "Oh my gosh, Nancy, we are so honored to receive your gift. Your support means so much, and it's going to absolutely make a huge difference." So you want to celebrate, you want to thank, you want to be very thoughtful. You also, if you want to go the extra mile, like the second mile, like calling is going the extra mile. If you want to go the second mile, I would also send a personalized note. Warm, specific, just something lovely, because people like getting handwritten mail. I know not a lot of younger people do, but younger people typically aren't the audience for major gifts. So I would do these things within 24 to 48 hours because, again, they could be testing you. So you need to follow up very quickly. If you're cultivating someone and you have your eyes set on a $500,000 gift and they send in a $10,000 gift unsolicited, and they don't hear from you for 3 weeks, it's not great. It is not great. So within 24 to 48 hours, which means you need to be paying attention to what gifts are coming in every day. Okay, so step one, celebrate and thank very thoughtfully. Step two, you need to signal that there's a bigger vision. So you need to let them know that there's more to the story. You would want to say something like, "There is so much more I would love to share with you, Isabel, about where we're headed and how you can be a part of it in a deeper way." So this keeps the door open, and it also plants some seeds for another follow-up conversation. Major Gift Momentum is hands down one of the best continuing education programs in fundraising. No tote bags, no vague inspiration, just 5, 6, and 7-figure results. Inside Major Gift Momentum, you get access to my entire Major Gift curriculum and weekly coaching calls where we dig into your specific fundraising strategies. We're going to hone your prospect list, tighten up your ask, and build a plan that gets you results faster. Need a pep talk before a big solicitation? I am available and in your corner. Major Gift Momentum is for fundraisers who want to crush goals, build confidence, and close transformational gifts fast. This is real-world fundraising support that actually moves the needle. If you're ready for the big league, head to heyfundraiser.com/momentum. You're not alone anymore, fundraiser, and the money's out there waiting for you. The third thing you need to do is initiate a follow-up meeting. You could say, "I'd love to grab 30 minutes with you to catch up and share how your gift is going to make this amazing impact. And I also want to talk to you about some exciting opportunities that are on the horizon." I mean, make it low pressure. This is not going to be an immediate ask. You're not in this next meeting, you are not going to make an ask. This is about regrouping. And when it comes to regrouping, you're going to go in to this meeting, thank, and ask a few questions that are going to set you up for your next ask. Okay, step 4, you're going to requalify and re-engage. So once you're back in conversation, re-enter discovery mode. I mean, really re-enter it. You're going to ask questions like, what inspired you to send this $10,000 gift in? What does generosity mean to you right now? What kind of impact do you want to have long term? So you're going back to those original cultivation questions that helped you understand initially what makes this donor tick. So then after you do that, you're going to rebuild a path toward a more transformational ask. It's very important. You have not lost the donor. Just because they sent in an unsolicited major gift while you're working to land a larger gift, you just need to keep the momentum going. Not every unsolicited gift leads to a bigger gift, and that is okay. But there are some telltale signs that you want to look out for. Some donors, and my hope is that they feel comfortable enough to tell you this. And you want to create that environment and that relationship where there is space and freedom to say these kind of things. But these are the signs you want to look for. One, the donor could clearly say to you, this is really my max. And that is okay. If they're at max, you've already gotten them to max. You're going to work to renew them each year, and you're going to spend time on other donors who can give more. If they avoid all attempts to re-engage with you, this is a sign that you need to bless and release. Now, if you know me or if you looked at any of my other content, I have a pretty stringent bless and release rule. I just spent way too many years chasing people who had no affinity or chasing people that didn't want to be chased. And, I was like sending messages out to the abyss and then nothing was coming back. And it just wasn't great. So now I try to get in touch with a prospect or a donor 3 times in 3 different ways. And if they don't respond to those three things, I move on. I just have to bless and release. Now, easier said than done. That's a whole nother video. But if they're avoiding all attempts to re-engage, the best thing that you can do is make sure that they're thoughtfully thanked. Send something in the mail. I mean, if you can't get a hold of them, they're not responding to texts, they're not responding to your calls or emails, send something in the mail, like a nice thank you note. And that might be the best you can do, and that is okay. The other sign that this is not probably the best prospect to go after long-term for a larger gift is if their giving pattern over the years with your organization is consistent at this level. And that's okay too. I mean, with the prospect, my private coaching client who was going to ask for 500, the woman gave 10. She was giving 5,000 a year. So she doubled her gift. So, which was a lovely thing to say, oh my gosh, you just doubled your gift. We'd love to thank you. Let me take you to coffee, all the things. So her giving pattern was not consistent at that level, which was a sign that it's a door opener, not a door closer. So in any of these cases, in any of these signs where a donor says, this is my max, they're avoiding all attempts to re-engage, and their giving pattern is just very consistent, even with the major gift that they just sent in unsolicited, steward like a champ. They still matter. They still count, of course. Maybe they're just not your best prospect for major gifts right now, and that is okay. There are other fish in the sea. So this happens a lot more than people think it does. And so the best thing for you to take away today is that you haven't lost anything. This unsolicited gift is still the donor's way of signaling interest. Your cultivation efforts didn't fail. I mean, if you really wanted to be like the glass is half full, you inspired a major gift without even asking. But asking for a transformational gift is always the best way to get a transformational gift. I mean, if you're going to pursue someone who is giving 10,000 a year and you want to ask them for 100K, they're not just going to, if you cultivate, they're not just going to give 100K one day. Like you have to ask for the gift. But oftentimes donors, they're generous. They are testing the waters. They might be avoiding a pitch. They're expressing interest, but not readiness. Like there's just all kinds of potential things that could lead to them sending this in. So if you experience this, and if you haven't yet, fundraiser, just know that you will in your career, because this happens all the time. Just remember the 4 steps. You're going to immediately, within 24 to 48 hours, you're going to thank them and celebrate the gift they just sent in. You're going to ask them to meet so you can thank them in person. You're going to talk about the bigger vision, and you're going to ask discovery questions again. What inspired this gift? We're so honored. This is going to make a huge impact, but like what's next on the horizon for you? Like
you're rediscovering. So if you're not sure how to respond in the moment, I have put together a free download called the Unsolicited Gift Response Strategy Map, which is kind of like a cheat sheet with like the exact language I use for thank yous, meeting requests, re-engagement prompts, things like that. So it's going to be in the description below. But fundraiser, here's the thing. The next time a gift shows up, a surprise gift, don't panic. It's not the end. This is an opening to a potential much larger conversation and a better conversation. So I hope this episode helped you. If it did, leave a review, follow the show. Please share it with someone who's sweating an awkward donor moment right now, because we've all been there. And let me know how I can help you with your major gift efforts. Thanks, Fundraiser.
Hey Fundraiser, thanks so much for being here today. Did you know that we create a special page for each episode that contains helpful links, episode highlights, standout quotes, and freebies? Check it out in today's podcast description. If you loved what you heard today, would you kindly give us a rating and review? It really helps other fundraising professionals find our Hey Fundraiser community. I'm Mary Petersen, and thank you for listening.